This is how we finish out the hike in the back of a truck.
Jesus.
Never be ashamed to quit. That is the point of this entire video, is never be ashamed to quit.
This trip exposed something I didn't want to admit. I'm almost 50, and I'm regularly the hiker on any given trip with the largest amount of bad habits. Now, there are many times in life that we have a few changes to make, and sometimes life sends us a signal to remind us that the hardest questions in life are usually the ones we already know the answers to. In this case, would I benefit from less alcohol, nicotine, sugar, and fast food? I think that answer is pretty obvious, but habits are hard to break. And I honestly can't even tell you where I'm going to start. But I do know I'm going to cut down on some bad habits and hike a few more miles. Now, some of my motivation came from gasping on uphills and being sore after 4 miles of hiking. But as we sat around the fire and exchanged campfire tales and laughed at farts, I had a real epiphany. I've had so many trips that were just such a blast with a lot of great friends. And I'd like to keep doing this until I'm 90. So at the end of the day, only time will tell how this health kick goes. But for now, let's go backpacking. Welcome to Ohio.
They need to sign the disclaimer.
Today I hike with Rich and 2 complete strangers, Kevin and Mike, who were gracious enough to invite us to Ohio. Fortunately, we had plenty of daylight, and on a beautiful sunny day, there's nothing wrong with a slow-paced hike.
Everybody hates runners, so we're taking our quarter-mile break. American Golden Nail Assistant Manager. I do like that choice.
Public administrator.
Is it a lager? What is it? Yeah. Is it normal beer in a fancy can?
Golden Nail, yeah.
Fancy. We don't know how far we're going to hike today. Maybe 5 miles, maybe less. It's a 14-mile loop. We have 2 nights, 3 days to do it, so it's going to be a fun, leisurely trip. Well, that's pretty cool.
Statistically, this is a leisurely hike at 14 miles and about 2,000 miles of elevation gain.
Close to quitting time, otherwise find a camp.
And the intro is rather melodramatic. I didn't get hurt or die, but I could tell my winter weight gain was probably heavier than my pack. And we had an avid runner and a ninja to keep up with. So I planted a few subliminal messages for them to start drinking their beers on trail, and Rich distracted them with conversation. But even with those tactics, I was still pretty tired by the time we hiked all of 4 miles to camp.
Yeah, you don't need a rain fly. Will that keep you dry, just that?
This on top, yeah. I mean, it's for not rain. I think it would probably soak through for rain, but just condensation
Yeah.
would be good for tonight.
Is that the winter top cover?
Yeah.
Oh.
There is 0 chance of the rain tonight, right?
As far as I'm tracking, that's correct.
It's not to keep you warm.
I'm talking about
So if you ever want to know who the most popular person in camp is, once you get to camp, that is, it's not the guy blowing up his air mattress. That's Mike over here.
I will send you shrapnel.
I'll take all the shrapnel you want to shoot at my face, brother. You
Got
keep
a
doing that
nasty
work.
Stuff here, but we will get it quartered. You're gonna love it.
And you're going to love it.
You're gonna like the way it burns.
The guy that preps the wood. Camp hero.
Yeah, it's worth.
Yeah, my cat
this is my drink
loves to
store.
sleep.
I was working at a place and I'd had a singular prescription. And about to try it.
I've tasted that before. I've never had one, but I've had some tastes of it from Jason.
You liked it?
It's really good. Better be for $18.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mike, cowboy camped on a cot. More details on that tomorrow night. Different gear and different gadgets are one of many awesome reasons to camp in a group. Well, that and sophisticated conversations, of course.
Delicious.
Delicious. Hashtag delicious.
I love drinking, but getting drunk on a slant is a problem.
Aqua dumps.
It's like a built-in.
Aqua dump.
It's like a
Yeah.
it's a built-in
No
bidet.
way.
You just gotta make
Some
sure.
way.
You just gotta make sure your feet are upstream.
You're invincible, but only while you're shitting.
Upstream.
In a stream.
Very
That's
specific.
way too deep of a cut.
Very specific.
All filmed.
With no context.
Yeah, no.
What my concern is that this fire's too hot for how close we are, and so we need
Locust
to kind
burns
of.
hot.
It's a hot fire.
Wait,
It
start
is now.
that over. The fire's too hot for how
Yeah.
close we are.
Yeah, we're too close. So
What if
I
we
put
just take
that
a-
on top.
What if we just take a step back?
We can't. We got rocks. What do you?
After solving many of the world's problems, it was time for bed. Now here's an honest truth. One of the excuses I make for my morning habits is that it helps me with this next step.
Good morning. Everybody slept well, warm. It's like spring break around here compared to the last couple of weekends. Got down to, I think, about 30. Now I'm on my way to take a poop. Today's adventures are brought to you by Mint Chill Dude Wipes. It's like your rusty starfish had a stick of spearmint gum.
Time to hit the trail. And we knew our first feat was across the creek on the log you saw Ninja Boy on earlier.
Be careful, man.
Let's begin with Rich. His feet solid beneath him, his form impeccable. My approach, pucker up and hope for the best.
Bravo. We all survived.
So that situation is probably one of the ones that I would say is a great explanation of what it feels like to get old. Clearly there was no death going to be happening even if we fell off that log, but the moment I got on it, my knees wobbled, and I realized that my balance is something that is definitely not what it used to be.
Come gather around, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accepted that soon they'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start spinning or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a-changing.
So it's been a really good time so far. Nice hike today. Got a long ways to go. But if it stays like this, it's going to be a fun one. One of the only cons, perhaps in my limited research on this trail, is the fact that the mining impact of this area has been pretty severe, to be honest with you. Based on, like I said, a little bit of research. You're not really even supposed to filter water here because it contains, a lot of toxicity because of mining, including things like arsenic. Now, Kevin back there did bring a Grail water filter, which are a little bit heavier. I have one too and debated bringing it, but he knew a little bit more about them than I do, and it was interesting that, first of all, they will go up to 3 freeze cycles before they're become compromised. But most importantly, they filter out basically anything that would be in waters like this that contain mining chemicals, arsenic, that kind of nastiness, heavy metals. So I'll show you a picture of what the Grail looks like. It is a little different beast than a Sawyer, but in situations like this, you can feel a little bit better about drinking the water out of streams here, without getting, horrifying diarrhea or worse. Right, Rich?
Yes. Diarrhea would be a bad thing.
Yeah, you're not a fan?
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Kevin and Mike found a great spot for a quick lunch.
But this, more importantly, is from Garage Grown Gear from a little company called Dangle Supply. It is a very unnecessary titanium backpacking pipe. I've had it before. I lost it once. Recently received a gift card. Bought it back again because I like these tiny little pipes.
Yeah, I think those are rocks, guys. Well, maybe. We'll never know.
You can tell that's not real.
They're hollow.
I was born
Whoa.
in a little tent. And oh, just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come.
Today has been a sun-filled, beautiful hike, and we are coming up to one of the most magnificently pre-planned moments of any hike. And this is we have the opportunity to come on a crossroad prior to the hike, stash a little bit of water, but maybe even more exciting, a fair amount of beer. And Mike stashed some chili cheese Fritos.
Ooh, the good stuff. I got like a already open, don't I? What the fuck am I doing?
We have, we're still at the beer stash spot, but we hiked down the trail a little bit looking for a place to camp somewhere local, and there's just nothing viable. These guys graciously hiked back to the trailhead, which is about 2 miles from here, and came back to get a car. We're gonna go back to the trailhead and try to find a campsite shortly out of the trailhead, maybe a couple hundred yards, who knows. So plan B is that we're gonna go have a great evening somewhere really close to the trailhead where we began, and we're gonna take a ride back, probably a bumpy one. I'll film that a little bit, to the cars and the trailhead where we started at, and then camp there for the night, have a little party, enjoy the night, and basically, yeah, hybrid plan. Here we go.
Thanks again to Kevin and Mike for literally running back to the truck while Rich and I waited and had a
That's how
beer.
we finish out the hike. In the back of a truck. Never be ashamed to quit.
Except drinking. Never quit drinking.
Yeah. So we sacrificed the last 2 miles of hiking. We are back at the original trailhead, and the goal is to potentially find a campsite real close to the trail here. And then we're even discussing maybe going to get some pizza.
So we hiked 12 miles, and even though I was realizing how out of shape I was, pizza was not something that was difficult to talk me into. Shame sure tastes delicious. And Kevin bought. So thanks again, Kevin.
So despite our laziness and shortcuts on this backpacking trip, we are going to stay true to our conviction and hike in a bit and still camp tonight. So Kevin has a bridge hammock. It's a relic, but still a very nice rig. The REI bridge. What's it called?
I think it's a quarter dome.
But yeah, that thing is a floating bed as opposed to a gathered end. I don't want to admit it, but it's possible he may sleep more comfortably than we do in our normal people hammocks.
I was sleeping on my. Well played, sir.
That was a fart. Kevin, your turn.
No, not that one. That's the mating call.
And now it's going to start to rain on us a little bit, maybe even snow. But it's almost bedtime. Be quiet, Rich. Your what?
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
The night was a virtual surround sound of snoring from a couple of guys I won't mention, and probably myself to be fair. It also brought soreness and snow.
What you're about to see is, I would definitely say, outside the norm, but a very comfortable way to backpack, especially if you're not young enough to carry what you're about to see.
I think altogether, with this being a pound, my sleeping bag, whatever that is, my cot's actually heavy. It's 4.8 pounds. I know a lot of people are going to laugh at that.
They ain't carrying it, you are.
I like it.
Look at that.
Comfortable.
Backpacker cot. Yeah, dude, that's sweet. So you just got a closed cell foam pad and an air mattress on there. So yeah, it's a lot of weight, but that's like a real bed. The King Camp.
Yeah, that's, kind of a, Chinese version, whatever, but
Right.
they all weigh about 4.8 pounds, the ones you find on Amazon. I mean, and you don't have to struggle to find a super flat spot. You can always Just
Oh yeah, I see that. He's got, let me zoom in, he's got it up on a log on the leg.
yeah, on logs.
Yeah, just leveling it out, which is actually arguably probably easier than trying to find a flat spot for a tent. Beautiful. That's a first. I've never seen anybody carry a cot for 12 miles. That's cool as shit.
It sounds bad, but it's really
No,
comfortable.
I'm not knocking on you at all. I'd sleep on that in a heartbeat. And we already saw Kevin's, but he's got a bridge hammock from REI. Mint condition, vintage. It's one of the coolest tarps I've ever seen. This is made out of what? Xenon?
Yeah, the bonded xenon, the ultralight version.
Yeah, you can't tell on film, but I touched this thing, and this thing has like very low stretch. I'm sure it's probably a close second to Dyneema, at half the price. Dyneema continues to go through the roof in price, and I think we're going to start a club called Down with Dyneema. $70, nearly $70 per yard. So that's the second trip in a couple of months where hiking at 65 degrees in t-shirts, hiking out in snow. After a heavy breathing session on a long 500-yard hike, I was happy to see that Rich had the strength to still carry the pizza. Oven fresh. Yeah. So this trip was truly a blast. But it did remind me that some small, achievable changes in my lifestyle would probably benefit my hiking career. So maybe not just for me, but for everyone out there. I truly hope the times will be a-changin'. We'll see y'all real soon.